Welcome students. Program Bachelor of Arts, 3rd year. Subject Psychology. Semester 5. Paper code PSD 104. Paper titled Criminal Psychology. Myself, Madhuri Marathe, Assistant Professor from MES College of Arts and Commerce, Zuari Nagar, Goa. In this particular paper of Criminal Psychology, we have 4 units. First unit being Understanding Crime and Criminal Psychology. Module name which we are going to cover today is Defining Crime. In this particular module, we are going to look at defining crime, criminal law, and constituents of criminal behavior. At the end of this module, you will be able to understand the concept of crime and also discuss constituents of criminal behavior. Before we start with our course on criminal psychology, it is very much important for us to know what is crime. And the best way to know what is crime and to define crime is to define it in terms of legal perspective. We have the various definitions given by different scholars. One of them is given by Muniz and McLaughlin. They say, an act or omission punishable by law is defined as crime. Wikstrom has another perspective. According to Wikstrom, an act of breaking a moral rule defined in criminal law is a crime. If we see, both these perspectives are very clear and have various advantages. And it is very much important for us to know what is crime and what is considered to be a crime before we even embark on the journey to know criminal behavior. According to criminologists, criminal law is far from static. It is a moving target. To define any criminal act, we need to know when the act is committed and where it is committed. Unless the place and the time is specified, it cannot be called as criminal act because crime is a socially constructed class of acts. It is not a given feature of the world. Take examples of drugs, gambling, homosexuality, etc. These particular crimes, if you see, are punishable by the law according to times and places. To elaborate further, let us take an example. Drug A might be illegal for sale and usage in state A, but same drug might be legal for sale and usage in state B. So, usage of this particular drug A won't be a crime in state B. Accordingly, let's take a real life example. Homosexuality was considered to be a crime in India certain years ago. Today, in the year 2020, we do not term it as a criminal act because we have had amendments. So, because of this nature of law which has amendments and the way it changes from state to time and times, we have a problem for psychological explanations of criminal behavior. As Wortley notes, if an act is considered to be a crime today but not tomorrow, it is going to create an issue for us to understand criminal behavior. Therefore, to address this issue, Robert Agnew gives his perspective as acts that cause blameworthy harm are condemned by the public and or are sanctioned by the state are to be called as criminal acts. We see that the burden is shifted from the acts that are prescribed by the law to a wider range of harmful acts. Another perspective which is given, which focuses on deviant or antisocial behavior rather than criminal behavior. Antisocial behavior means any behavior which is against the social norms. And what are social behavior norms? Social norms are unwritten rules of the society. Criminal and antisocial, these two terms significantly overlap, but they do not complete each other. So, Our focus in this particular paper is going to be on criminal behavior. We are going to study something called as male in se or core offences. Criminologists define male in se or core offences as more serious and which have more severe penalties. These type of crimes are not culturally or historically relative. Example, robbery, rape, murder and serious assaults. Looking at the examples, you will be able to understand that these type of acts are considered to be criminal or harmful in all types of cultures and societies. We would also consider variety of acts like drug use, war and green crimes for our study. Although they may not be criminal acts in most of the countries or the societies, they create or they support violence, or they are also considered as serious harmful acts. To know further on this topic and to study more about it, you could refer to this particular book which is mentioned, An Introduction to Criminal Psychology by Durant. Thank you.